This that squad sound.
Uh-oh. Check 1 2, check 1 2. Said you know what to do. Yeah. What's poppin', yo? What's happening? You back in the lab with your man Marq Nash. He is I am he. Welcome home to all the people in the neighborhood. Y'all already know it's me. Welcome back to Breakin the Beats. You already know what we're gonna do. We're gonna break down the business, entertainment, art, technology, sports, and anything else you, me, the panel, or the chat, the audience feel like squeezing into those letters. Remember, it is a hip-hop political sports show with a comedy twist. We like to let the jokes fly a lot of times because life is serious enough. And always remember, dreams require sleep, goals require effort. Go out there and get your goals. But in the meantime, we're going to talk about this fight that just took place tonight. Jake Paul went in there and faced Tyron Woodley. It was a hell of a fight. Got a couple of people in here. We're going to talk about it real quick. Let's get it going. Y'all introduce yourself to the panel on the channel.
This is HLD.
Tell them where you from, bro.
From the Midwest.
All right, pass it around. Y'all pass it around.
All right, it's Sir Singing from North Carolina.
What's happening is that guy Eclipse from 330. That's Northeastern Ohio for all y'all that don't know.
What's up, y'all? This is Chris Prince from Chicago.
Yeah, we real northern up here right now. It's a real northern panel. Shout out to Cleveland. Cleveland look good. Cleveland look good. And you know, we don't always say that. But Cleveland looked good tonight, man. We showed out. It was a good show.
Absolutely. I thought it was a fun night. I mean, you can't compare it to pros and stuff like that, even though we did have some good pro fights on the undercards. But it was entertaining, man. I can't complain about it.
Hey, real quick, everybody, are the Paul brothers good or bad for boxing in y'all opinion after what y'all saw tonight?
I'm gonna see it from a bird's eye view. They're good for boxing. They're bringing people to watch these undercards that are pro fighters. They're bringing people in the stadiums. You saw it was packed. They're getting these fighters paid more than they've ever been paid in their pro careers. There's nothing to hate about it at all. They're good for boxing. Is their boxing good? That's a different story. But are they good for boxing? Absolutely. I see that they are.
All right. Well, look, let me ask you something, Sir Senior. What do you think about the rematch coming up? Do you want to see a rematch? Do you want to see this again?
No, I don't even want to watch this on the replay. But respectfully, it was boring. Well, maybe I do if I want to go to sleep. You know, it's been a long day, so I'll probably watch it on the replay to go to sleep. It'll put me right there. It's the same as listening to a storm in the background.
All right, well, Chris, let me ask you this, man. This is the second biggest pay-per-view of the year, and both of them involve the Paul brothers. What do you think this says about boxing and what our future is going?
Yeah. I think it's saying that boxing needs more light shed on it. If this is the case, if it's taking guys who don't come from the background of boxing, period, and they're the ones who's shedding light on the boxing world, I think that says a lot.
Nah, but I think that the Paul brothers, kind of like what HLD said, I'm not a fan of how they're doing it, but the ultimate goal of bringing people to the sport of boxing, the way it was a star-studded, packed arena in Cleveland, Ohio, and there were a lot of dope undercards who probably, without the Paul brothers, would have had to go through years and years of BS to even get that sort of payday, let alone that sort of platform to showcase their skills. So, from the theater aspect of it, they're great for boxing. The problem with it is It's almost like my problem with, as much as I love Floyd Mayweather, it's the conundrum because Mayweather was so successful being Mayweather. A lot of people try to emulate and copy his style to where, now with the Paul brothers, I wonder, with the precedent that they're setting, will they slowly start turning boxing into more WWE? And does boxing need to be more WWE? Do we need more over the top Conor McGregor, Floyd Mayweather-ish type of characters? Because maybe we're at a time now where that hard-working guy who came from the streets and just comes to handle business, yeah, he's an exciting fighter, but he ain't talking shit or doing the most outside the ring. Maybe we're just at a time now where that's just not enticing to the audience. Maybe the fans don't want to see that. We're at this weird stage as a culture where we want to see that fucking walking train wreck. We want to see the circus.
Yeah, I definitely hear what you're saying with that. I think what boxing needs to probably take from this is that if anybody, for an example, saw the press conference of Pacquiao and Ugas, I think you probably fell asleep on that because it was boring as heck. And so what they need to these guys do in the pros and the promoters is help promote this sport. They're not doing nothing to promote it. They're not causing any noise. There's no ruckus. There's no I'm in your face a little bit. Not I'm trying to say the WWE style stuff, but man, one of the greatest showmen that we've ever had, Muhammad Ali, he was a showman. You know what I mean? He will sell a fight. The Don Kings of the day, man. He will sell anything to anybody. Why? Because he was good at the jibber jabber, make it happen, and get everybody like, what is he talking about? What's going on here? You know what I mean? Just make some noise, bring in the light to the game, man. Because the sport is but these guys are I feel like they're made like I'm entitled. I'm gonna fight, and that's that. I don't need to do anything. No,
well,
I
think that's kind of the catch-22. What I'm getting at. Like, we want warriors. We want people who take the sport serious. And when you get a serious fighter and a true warrior in that mentality, he might be a more Ugas or Manny Pacquiao type where, no, I'm just going to go in there and do my work and whatever like that. And that is the serious fighter. And so as much as we want that in the ring, we are, like you said, we've got to find a way to translate it to where, maybe these camps and teams got to understand that if my fighter isn't this braggadocio, bombastic person, then maybe we need to give his dad or his trainer or whatever a little camera and let him talk that shit, let him build this up and make people say them provocative things that make people want to perk their ears up and listen. Because I do agree, I believe that the sport has relied on the athleticism of the sport since its inception. But now we have UFC. Now we have other forms of combat sport where, okay, you're a great boxer and give me a reason why I care.
So you're saying like that LeVar Ball effect.
Right. Now, it's not just good enough to be a basketball player now. Now you got to have something else. And if you don't have something else, if you're not going to be that loud froghorn, leghorn type of motherfucker, you need to have that in your corner. To go off of what HLD said, remember Muhammad Ali not only was, he was the, he's the big mouth, the big loud person that he was. He also had Bumdini in his corner talking shit. To where, it was this circus. What the hell? Like, I can especially imagine the people in the 60s. What the hell are we looking at? You feel me? And look at how we're treating the Paul brothers. The motherfucker, when the boy comes out with a robot, what the fuck are we looking at right now? What is happening? You know what I'm saying?
Respectfully, I definitely agree, but I'll give a little pushback because we got people who are supposed to be, professional fighters who are underwear models and other, current and past fighters who they just got caught in their underwear. Well, that was actually women's underwear, so we'll skip on that one.
Blame it on cocaine.
But with that being said, if these underwear models can be so-called some of the new guys of boxing and some of the old guys of boxing, then why can't, a YouTuber be a name in boxing. The problem is they just ain't got the skills. Now they need to work on their skills and let their skills match their mouth. The fists need to match the mouth, and then it's all good.
Oh no, I'm with you, sir, senior. And I don't even look at that what you said as pushback, because I just think that's the other side of the game of what I was even getting at earlier. Now, fellas, let me get your opinion on this, because I said earlier, I think that with this fight, Jake Paul boxed himself into a corner for the rest of his career. Because with this fight, how many times do you think are we going to have him, we're going to pay to see him fight a former champion, somebody who's, he's guaranteed he's good, he's whatever, but he's past his prime, he's whatever. I think now people really want to see Jake fight somebody who's in his prime. What do you guys think?
I hear what you're saying with that, but again, like I said earlier, in a bird's eye view, I don't think them fighting is their goal in boxing. They're setting up the game for themselves to end up becoming the promoters of boxing, and that's where their goal is at. They're just making the noise right now that they're boxing this and that, but right now they got some professional fighters in their undercards, and they're paying them good. They're not going to be pro fighters like pro. That's not I don't think that's their ultimate goal. Their ultimate goal is to become the Paul promoter company. Come on board to us. We're going to pay you more, and that's what they're going to be doing. That's what I feel about it. I don't think that it's that boxing is the ultimate goal for them. It's just the start of the fire that they want to make to make this force.
I agree with you, but that's what I mean about, do you think that he probably put his career, he put himself in a weird trajectory where now he could have probably, like, had he would have knocked Tyrone out or whatever, he could have probably rode fighting guys a little past their prime. He could have rode that and maybe a couple more fights. But now, after how this fight went, it might be like, no, you're not going to get that payday fighting this former champion, because the people are clamoring to see you fight somebody who's in their prime, somebody, maybe not somebody who's currently got a belt, but somebody who's definitely in contention or something like that. And that's what I'm getting at, to where maybe he, maybe how this fight played out.
But the mastermind that they are. The mastermind that they are, I think they thought ahead of that, and that's why they got the rematch clause with Woodley to at least squeeze one more out.
Do you want
to? Yeah, I like that. I like the way.
Hold on. HLD. Who's paying for this again, tattoo or not?
As far as the fights,
I'm not paying for it.
No, for this rematch, my nigga.
Hey, even if it's maybe 60% of what it is now, they're still gonna make money. So I think I think they still have a fan base that loves watching car crashes, and regardless, they're gonna come watch.
What about you? What about everybody else? Are y'all paying for part 2?
Negative.
No,
I'm not paying for it.
No, not at all. I ain't even gonna pay it no attention.
Mark, you pay for it, bro?
If they got the rematch up, and I see Marq Nash with the thumbnails for it, I'm gonna know that he's running out of things to talk about.
Well, I mean, back to what we were just saying earlier about the difference in the promoting, how it was back then to now. It also has to do with the generation. Back then, a man who was loud mouthed and everything else, he was backing it up because that's who he was. I don't think that today guys they have that in their soul. That they're physically more fit, but are they dogs? You know what I mean? Do they have that dog in them? I don't think so. I don't think that they're gonna make a spectacle kind of like that Mayorga did to Shane Mosley when he smacked his wife's ass and just be all up in the face. I mean, that type of, because that's who they were. They were, we are from the hood, we are from the ghetto. This is what we do. Mike Tyson. You know what I mean? That's not fake. That's who he was. You know what I mean? And you can't fake that. And so
I agree with you. I think a lot of the Paul brothers antics, because if you notice from the I Got Your Hat Floyd to even the shit with Tyron's mom, that was just some shit just to sell tickets. That, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
2020, and to where I'm with Mark now. So it goes back to what Mark's saying. So are you willing to pay for this again? Are they going to get you again where they get somebody and they have some heated press conference to get everyone like, ooh, let's see what happens in this fight?
Us who real recognizes real are not going to go for that, right? But how many people are really enough to recognize real nowadays? You know what I mean? And so they'll go and pay for it. They'll watch it. You know what I mean? And that's what I feel that's going to happen.
Well, yeah. I mean, I agree with you there because in the words of P.T. Barnum, there's a sucker born every minute.
Absolutely. And they're being raised by suckers, and suckers keep on being. You know what I mean? So
hey, man, this way to the egress, and they're gonna pay top dollar for it. I don't know if y'all ever heard that story. That's one of my favorite businessman stories of all. The story of P.T. Barnum. Man, that man said he was getting the fire marshals were gonna shut down one of his shows because it was too packed. So he charged people 25 cents. Had somebody come up with a sign that says "This way to the egress" and charge them 25 cents. They don't know, the people so dumb they don't know egress means exit. So they paid 25 cents to exit and had to pay another 25 cents to get back in. And so instead of the fire marshal shutting them down, he had an endless line of people going in and out, to where it kept the numbers just right. Because they were so damn dumb, they saw the bright light saying "This way to the egress" and paid double.
Hey man, I love that, bro.
Yeah, you gotta love that shit. I'm telling you, that's what the Paul brothers and Floyd and them been doing to the cats for a while, and that's what I'm saying. I don't know. I think with the Paul brothers, nothing against them being white, but I think it is like the white boy wearing Call Kanai or Fubu or whatever, where the gig might be up. They got a couple more. They got a couple more licks they can hit, and then it's gonna be like, okay, the gig's up. We gotta try something else.
Right.
Because you remember that, because they're not the only white boys who cashed in on the Floyd wave. Because look at Connor McNuggets. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real, that boy is trash. And I think he's got a fight scheduled up against Usman. Why? Because people just like him. You know what I'm saying? He's fun to watch and he's entertaining. But technically, as a fighter, any other fighter, you know what I'm saying, they wouldn't be checking for him no more.
I feel you. Their fizzle's going away. It's like a cherry bomb that's just sparkling, but it doesn't explode loud. People are just watching for the sparkles, and that's it. You know what I mean? And it has no power behind it. So I get what you're saying. Definitely get what you're saying.
Right. I'm not even hating against them. Like, man, young guys, get your money. Go ahead. But I was just like, as good as it is for the sport on the overall, because it's bringing new people in. I'm as the businessman in me saying to myself, now how long can they keep running this gag? Because this is very clearly a gag. It's, they're like magicians, you know what I'm saying? They're like street corner hustlers doing the 3-car molly and everything, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, they're going to get their money, but how long can you hustle this block before you got to move around? And that's where I'm with HLD at. They're going for the promotion game. That anyone can see. Like, anyone can see that clear as day. They're definitely trying to set it up. Like, if they get maybe 2 to 3 more good fights in Ohio where they're able to showcase Ohio talent, all the goofy shit aside, you can't blame any fucking hungry fighter from Illinois, Ohio, Pennsylvania, Indiana, trying to reach out to these niggas like, yo, you know what I'm saying? Like, you couldn't blame them. So where, yeah, the story's gonna write itself.
No, absolutely.
Let me say this real quick, HLD. My only problem with Mike's argument is this: people still lose money in 3-card Monty every day, my nigga, but they playing it at a bigger scale. They doing some Vegas games. Niggas still go to Vegas knowing that house rule number 1 is what? The house always wins.
Oh no, and that's what I'm saying. So
Mike, I've been quiet for a long time, man. You gotta let me do this. Now, what I'm trying to say is this: what gives the Paul brothers in these fights credibility is the undercards. The undercard, those fights matter. That was a good name with Dubois coming back. It was also big as well to see Amanda Serrano defend her title. And I just think that the undercards in itself bring the storyline of Fury. Just saying the name Fury brings people names and bring asses in seats. They probably tricked 10 people somewhere to buy tickets thinking it was Tyson Fury instead of Tommy Fury. So I said all of that to say this: how long can they run this gauntlet? like they took it somewhere else. I even like the way he did his speech at the end. He was super humble, super respectful. You know what I'm saying? And Tyron Woodley came in as the bad guy. You get what I'm saying? So I thought it was very key that he did that. And he also said he did that bullying speech. In the pre-fight, he was talking about boxers having a union. Like they're going somewhere else with it. I don't think his long-term his career is to be a champion of the world. But if he's doing good and he think he can beat the guy, I think he'll take the fight. You get what I'm saying? But with that, I digress. I'll go back on mute. Y'all got the floor.
No, I hear what you're saying, Marq. It's. I mean, yeah, they're gonna keep it rolling as far as they can. But just like you said, I don't think his goal is to be champion of the world or anything like that. You know, I really think that is just to keep on bringing in the other side of the professional into theirs, where they can then start being promoters, and they don't got to be fighting. And all they're gonna be doing is just help make this spectacle with the pros. And bring people in, because I mean they did a good job promoting this. I mean, show me what other professional promoter, the Zone, PBC, Top Rank, that they're out there trying to make this noise where they're gonna bring people in. I don't see them doing that. And these guys, I mean, yeah, they're going to script at the end of that was all scripted at the end of the fight. That was already pre-planned. That was already nicely set up. You know what I mean? And yeah, the guy's talking about being bullied and this and that, but he was talking about the guy's mama, the other stuff. So he was being a bully. So it's all bullshit. But it's just, hey, yeah, people are going to hear that and they're like, oh, and all that, and they're going to buy into it. So, I mean, they're playing their cards right. It's all good scripted. They got good writers in the back, and behind the scenes. And they're just, being good actors with it. Whatever they're doing, they're doing good money. I mean, if you saw what, the crowd that was there, you had Dave Chappelle, man. I mean, that was iconic right there alone. You know what I mean? How many other fighters had Chappelle on their thing lately? I didn't think I seen him at any other fight. So I think they're doing well, man. It was a packed house. Everybody was, you didn't see no long faces. It was good. I mean, overall, I say, hey, good for them.
And I will say this. I did say it earlier, Marq, you're my witness. That's what I was worried about when we was watching some of the undercards. I'm not being petty, but it looked like Ohio ran the table, goddammit. And so after I saw all the other hometown fighters whoop ass, I was like, man, yeah, Tyron gonna have to knock him out or just beat, like win, like convincingly. If not, there's no way they're not gonna make, a full sweep for Ohio. And that's why Dave Chappelle came out, because, yeah, in this pandemic, a big boxing event like this, at the Q, that is so fucking huge.
All right. With that said, everybody give me your final thoughts, man. We're gonna go and land this plane.
All right.
Got anything you want to plug?
Man, go get that Edith album, man. You know what I'm saying? Marq Nash still got Edith out there. Y'all need to go on and get that. It's all available on all streaming platforms. And yeah, man. One time for Ohio, man. You already know.
All right, be safe, my G. Go ahead, HOD. You got anything you want to plug?
Yo, man, I'm gonna just plug what I know. This is by far one of the best platforms on the on the YouTube channels. Everybody welcome to come on board, man. The man throws a lot of good topics, makes you think. Everybody has a voice. Everybody can have an opinion, but we all respect each other and we try to get things done just so we have an open conversation to open our minds. So, big ups to Marq Nash and his platform. Everybody's tuning on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Besides that, Marq Nash, man, thank you for having me on, man, and everybody on the panel. Blessings.
Bro, I wouldn't have it no other way. Thanks again for your time and your energy. Hey, go ahead, Chris. You got anything you want to plug, man? Or give me your final thoughts?
Yeah, I think it was a good fight. I think it really shows the power that the Paul brothers do have, as far as their following and their support, and it kind of shows like the culture of today, as far as maybe the numbers are concerned. I think Tyron Woodley, he could have proven himself a little bit more, but the fact that Jake Paul has survived all 8 rounds, And it's kind of the whole tattoo situation. I know it's a bet is a bet, but I'm not too sure. Those are my final thoughts.
For sure, man. Well, you got anything you want to plug?
Yeah, follow me on Instagram at Chris Prince. My YouTube, same thing, Chris Prince.
All right, man. I appreciate your time and energy, man. I'll see you on the next one. Sir Senior, man. Go ahead, my bro. You got the floor, man. Give me your final thoughts and take us home, man. Give us your plug anything you want to plug.
Yes, sir. As always, respectfully, shout out to Marq Nash. You'll always find me here Monday, Wednesday, and Friday with the homie. And most definitely, this shows us that you don't have to have a tremendous amount of talent to be a tremendous presence. So go out there and do the things that you want to do, chase your dreams, and put forth that effort, and it'll work out for you. You can always find me at Cooking with Sir Senior. I'm always cooking, if it's home cooking or food for thought. Salute. Be safe, be blessed, be certain.
And just like that, man, as always, my guest will get the last word. Dreams require sleep, goals require effort. Go out there and get your goals, man. I'm gonna go ahead and get some sleep. I'll see y'all on Monday. God willing. Peace.